Okay, we continue Kochvey Or, the story of the life of Reb Aharon Nachman. So, Reb Nachman had 2 children, 2 boys and 3 girls from his second marriage. The second son was Israel. They call Israel Bull. He got this name so he can get away from enlisting from the Russian army. He was younger than Reb Aharon. He used to live in Teplik. He was a merchant, even though he was a learned person, and he absolutely, admired his Reb Aharon, his brother. Sad because he was older than him, and sad because he recognized his saintliness. When Reb Aharon was to come to Teplik, he used to stay by his brother-in-law, Reb Alter Tepliker. He's the one with the picture. He's by the that's about Shivas Nefesh. And he used to stay also by his brother, the Rabbi Chosid, the Rabbi Yitzchok, Zichron Elvoch, from the Talmidim. So he says, Rabbi Yitzchok Bender from the Talmidim Reb Aharon used to say, once I came to Teplik and I heard Reb Aharon by his brother. He used to live next to the house of Reb Alter Tepliker. And I came to the house of Reb Aharon and I saw that Reb Aharon was talking with him a lot. He says, and we saw I was listening with unbelievable derech eretz. Reb Aharon was a little close to Anash, and he was there when Alter Tepliker was murdered, Hashem Yikom Dama, in Tafresh Ayin Tes. And Reb Aharon himself was also murdered by the Bolsheviks at the end of the revolution over there. And he had, Baruch Hashem, good children. And then he takes about the 3 daughters that Reb Nachman had from the Zivik Sheni. One daughter was Malka. She married a Nosson Beitelmacher. When he went to Eretz Yisrael, she had to divorce him because she didn't want to live in Eretz Yisrael. And the Zivik Sheni, she married Reb Alter Tepliker after his first wife passed away, Mas Dishel. Now, Reb Alter Tepliker had 4 children. The first son, his name was Yukul. And he got married to the daughter of Baalam in Eretz Yisrael, and the grandchildren are here. Now, the son of Reb Mechele, the grandson of Reb Nosson, the son of Reb Yitzchok, Reb Aaron was an unbelievable, holy Ingerman. And Anash told unbelievable things about him, and he passed away very young. He had a few children. One of them was Reb Noach from Breslau. And the second son, his name was Reb Shmuel Shmelke. He's mentioned in the letter that his father wrote to Reb Sol Karduna. And he had another son, his name is Reb Lezer. Another son of David, and a few more children. And Reb Eliyahu Bershadeter, he was the head of Anash in Bershad. He took the daughter of Reb David. Now, the full name of Reb Alter was Moshe Yoshua Bashilyansky. He was called Alter. He was the son of Asher from Teplik. He's called the Rebbe of Zeilik. That was his father. Reb Alter got his chokhmah from Talmidei Reb Nosson, and he was like the right-hand man of the Churiner of Nachman from Churin. And he, mamash, gave over his life in order to the Mefarsim and Megala, the Das of the Rebbe Ba'olam, and a lot of people that came to this forum that he wrote with very clear, I don't know which books they are.
Which one? About Tepliker?
No, his father.
His father.
No, actually, no, I think you're talking about the Reb Alter Tepliker, not about, this is Reb Alter, now we're talking about Reb Alter. Reb Alter Tepliker was the right-hand man of the Churiner of. And all his forum is in Shivas Nefesh, in Shtachas Nefesh. And it says many years he used to daven Rosh Hashanah until Hamelech. Hamelech. And his tefillah was an unbelievable sweetness, like somebody who was like counting pearls. And the chazan and the clothes used to wait until Reb Alter would finish his Shmoneh Esrei. And his hand were the ksavim of Megillah Storim, that Megillah that the Rebbe Nosson wrote, Rosh Tevis, that the Rebbe gave him. And a lot of those Tevis that he had in his hand were opened up. And he wrote this for Mishtachas Nefesh, Meshiras Nefesh, the Muna Sitecho, Mila de Oves, the Haggadas Zoreach, and Mea Nachal, and a lot of Sfarim that were not printed and were lost. And he also prepared for printing the Sefer Nachas HaShulchan from the Shurin Rav. And all the Ksovim of Noam Nachman was in the attic of Reb Alter. Reb Alter used to write a lot. Everything that he heard from the Bavrom Reb Nachman, he used to write. He absolutely adored every single dibur he heard from Reb Bavrom Reb Nachman. And he knew that only the shmuzim of the Bavrom are true, 100%, without any mix-up, which we'll talk about later. The Rebbe Yitzchak used to say, once I was a Reb Alter, it's called Reb Alter of Shabbos. Reb Avrom was also by Reb Alter of Shabbos. And all the Shabbos, the Reb Avrom talked about a lot of the Guru from Rabbeinu's greatness and his stories. And immediately when Shabbos came out, I see Reb Alter is already sitting down and writing with his beautiful handwriting everything that he heard during the Shabbos from Reb Nachman's. The son of Reb Alter, Reb Eliezer, he didn't want to give his father writing to anybody because it was very precious to him. Only Reb Shmuel Hovitz, he got a little bit of the Ksavim until only when Reb Eliezer was convinced that he actually was going to print them. And it's also known that Reb Nashkel Tulchina also, he got Ksavim and he printed them.
Nachman Tulchina?
No, this is Reb Eliezer, the son of Reb Alter Teplikin.
Ah, Reb Eliezer.
Reb Eliezer. And once the first wife of Reb Alter, Ras Dishel, she passed away, he took the daughter of Reb Nachman Tulchina, was Malka. And this one didn't have any children. And in Yudbes Odo Tafresh Ein Tes, which is 1919. The Baal Teplikin was killed in Kiddush Hashem holding his Sefer Torah in his hand. And this is what?
You said the day, this is the year.
This is the year. I said
This is the year.
the year was 1818. I mean 1918. 1918. 1918.
Don't say the day.
It says Yud Bes Adar.
Oh, Yud Beis Adar.
Yud Bes Adar. And now the daughters Reb Nachman and Reb Nachman and her daughters named Rochel. She married somebody else, and she was a big tzaddikus. And now the daughter, okay. And if we come, this is pachot or yoter, the family members around Reb Nachman, Reb Avrom Reb Nachman, is the son of Reb Tulchina. B'ezrat Hashem, next time we open the Sefer, we'll start talking about Reb Nachman himself. B'ezrat Hashem.